Hey everybody, One of Weezem here, about 4 a.m. now. Figured we'd go ahead and knock out Ninja Stealth Elf, Dark Ninja Stealth Elf. Basically, this playlist is essentially just like character introductions. Kind of keep that separate from the blind playthrough. Thought it might help things flow better. That said, Ninja Stealth Elf, she is back. This is essentially her Series 3 pose. She's got a couple of other offerings. Of course, we've got a Legendary Stealth Elf. Fitting character. She's one of my favorites. Can't go wrong with her in the previous games in terms of like your time attack, speed run type things. Slogan, of course, is silent but deadly. Something I realized I could do if we come in here to the collection screen. We'll backtrack over here. I can actually, instead of me just like rattling off the story or trying to remember it or something, I can come in here and there you can see her slogan, Ninja Stealth Elf Series 3, silent but deadly. Press A, we can read the bio. So, now you can read along with me or just have something better to look at than the pause menu. She looks very menacing there. Stealth Elf, silent but deadly. As a small child, Stealth Elf awoke one morning inside the hollow of an old tree with no memory of how she got there. She was taken in by an unusually stealthy ninja-like forest creature in the deep forest. Under his tutelage, she has spent the majority of her life training in the art of stealth fighting. After completing her training, she became a Skylander and set out into the world to uncover the mysteries behind her origins. So, very cool story there. We'll back out of here, back out of there. Let's go ahead, do this one a little bit differently. We'll come into Skylander, we'll take a look at her stats. She's still level 1. Everything you see there in the red is reflective of her Lincoln stovepipe hat there. Max health 270, speed she's at 50, which is very nice. It is noticeably quicker than say your box stock blast on Washbuckler. Armor 12 is at 17 because that hat gives plus 5 armor plus 2 critical hit. The critical hit box stock is going to be 10. You take the 2 off for the hat. Elemental power, we've got several lifers. Let's see, I guess Drilla would be in the mix. Zulu, probably something else I'm not thinking of. But we'll leave it at that for now. We'll go ahead and back out of here. We're going to take a look at her upgrades. Should know this by heart now. We'll showcase these at the end for you, kind of get some action there. Blade Slash is what she has box stock. This is really enough to get you through pretty much anything. That's how ridiculous Stealth Elf is. Blade Slash, press Y to slice Stealth Elf's enemies up with a pair of sharp blades. Press YY, hold Y to perform a special combo. Also, what she has to begin with is her secondary attack, Stealthier Decoy. Press A, I wish it was B, to have a Stealth Elf disappear completely, leave behind a decoy image that enemies are drawn to. First purchased upgrade, Straw Pook Scarecrow. Scarecrow appears in place of your decoy and distracts enemies. Next one, Dragon Fang Dagger. Blade attacks deal increased damage. Again, purchase that. You really don't have to do much more with the lady if you don't want to. Sturdy Scarecrow. Scarecrows last longer and are more resistant. And then lastly, Arboreal Acrobatics. I'm a big fan of this. Was essentially jumping before jumping was in the game. It basically just made her quicker than she was originally, kind of like Zap Slide. This is her, speed move, if you will. Press X to perform a quick acrobatic move. Hold X and flip in any direction using L. So very agile, very quick, very nimble. That's why she's Stealth Elf. Now you get to the point where you can pick one of two paths. Pook Blade Saint remains, in my opinion, one of the best paths in the game. It makes her insane. It is, of course, the top one. We've got Elf Jitsu. This is kind of like a twofold one. Press YY, hold A for Poison Spores, which you hardly ever see anyone do. And press YY, hold X for Blade Fury. The reason you don't see Poison Spores very often, simply because she's usually killed everything by the time you've executed the combo, in all honesty. Second upgrade here down Poop Blade Saint is Elven Sunblade. These look wicked cool. Blade attacks deal even more increased damage. Again, numbers would be nice, but we'll make the most of it. And then, as ridiculous as this looks, it performs just about the same. Shadow's Bane Blade Dance is named Magical Blades fight alongside you. If you feel that mixture too overpowered, if you've taken Series 1, Series 2, Legendary, all those previous generations down Poop Blade Saint, and you're ready for something different, check out Forest Ninja. The Forest Ninja path begins with Scarecrow Trio. 3 scarecrows are created in place of your decoy. That does come in handy. I've tried it before. Scarecrow Booby Trap. Scarecrows explode and damage enemies. And then lastly, Scarecrow Spin Slicer. Scarecrows have axes and do extra damage. If you come in, she's got her Soul Gem, Sylvan Regeneration, regenerate health over time, as if she needed that. She has it. This is the Soul Gem. It's your SSA Soul Gem. You know, she's had it. It stayed with her in Giants. It's still here. What changed, however, is the Wow Pow. In her Series 2 offering, of course, she had a different Wow Pow than this, which is Surprise Tiger. I've heard several people comment on this one, said they enjoyed it. While invisible, which that's going to be your secondary attack, press X to summon a powerful tiger ally. On a side note, this also unlocks the ninja costume. So, if you're dying for Stealth Elf to actually, I guess, don that black garb that is Ninja Stealth Elf for Series 3 post, this is what you want. It's the Wow Pow. If you hate that look and you want her to maintain her natural, appearance, no Wow Pow for you. That's the way it's gonna go. That's pretty much it there. We'll go ahead, just for good measure, take a look at her quests. You know these by now. Bad Guy Basher, defeat 1,000 enemies, eat 15 pieces of fruit, complete a non-story mode level with full health for Flawless Challenger. True Gladiator, 10 PvP, totally maxed out. I'm a fan of this one. Reach level 20 and purchase all the upgrades for this Skylander. Elementalist costs 7,500 elemental bonus damage. Then we've got Defender of Life. Defeat a total of 25 undead spell punks. Not golems, but the spell punks, our little Kamek-esque minions we've seen since the glory days of SSA. Fully stocked. Defeat a total of 250 enemies while at full health. I have to say, out of the life element, I guess camo as well, but Stealth Elf is probably the easiest to do this with her. She kills enemies so freaking fast, it's ridiculous, and she regenerates health, so if she does take minor damage, you might knock out an enemy and then she's +5'd herself back to full health. Her personal quest, though, is going to be Stealth Health. Gain 1,000 HP while stealthed. I'm assuming that just means picking it up from the enemies. So you might keep that in mind when you slaughter things. Just kind of, hit your secondary, I would say B button, but it's not anymore. Go into your secondary attack and just kind of run through and pick everything up. I don't think 1,000 will be too bad. It's not going to be as quick, obviously. That is pretty much that there. We're going to back out here. Here's your look at Ninja Stealth Elf. Bear in mind, she does have that hat on. This is what she looks like jumping. Just moving around, you can hopefully see, based on the legwork there, that she is quicker than the other characters. You can see the elemental flowers. I'll turn those blue ones to green and one of the yellows. The green really blends in very nicely. Wrong button. My apologies there. This is what she looks like jumping. Kind of has that arboreal acrobatics look to it. But what we'll do now, primary attack, you're going to see 28, I think 42 at some points in times. Kind of move her around. You get the idea how brutal she is. There was our 42 finally. Her secondary attack, really, not much of an attack at this point. Watch the eyes, that's where I am. As you upgrade that, there will be the Scarecrow or the Scarecrow Trio. Or the exploding ones, or the blade ones, whatever you prefer. Personally, Poop Blade Saint, really can't go wrong with that one. but we'll see what happens. That said, Ninja Stealth Elf, she does don that ninja attire there in the bottom corner. That's kind of interesting. But we will go ahead, go back to the pause menu. I think we're ready to end this one. We'll come back in. We will introduce Dark Ninja Stealth Elf. Essentially going to be the exact same video. My apologies there, but like I said, the idea is if somebody doesn't have the Dark Edition starter pack, they're a big Stealth Elf fan, whatever their reasons may be, if they want to research Dark Ninja Stealth Elf, see her base stats, make sure she has the same powers and upgrades and everything, this will take care of everybody. It is a little redundant, but like I said, I'd rather err on the side of too much information than not enough and have people asking questions. So that's kind of how I've always rolled. It's worked well for me thus far. I will continue the maintained course there. That said, speaking of too much information, if you need Skylanders info, feel free to check out the blog, www.oneofwisdom.com. Tons of information there, lots of polls, all kinds of cool stuff for you. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here as we introduce the beautiful and seductive Dark Ninja Stealth Elf.